blessings. This has been Mr.RNB, class of 2008. We have a special guest here today, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself to you, and we're going to begin chatting to find out what is going on. Sir, who are you?
Well, my name is Sebastine Udeme, and I'm a recent graduate from Syracuse University, class of 2019. I studied biology, and I was also on pre-med track. So
cool. Now, what are you, now that you graduated 2019, what are you doing now?
So presently, I as an independent student, so I have to get a lot of volunteer hours before I apply to med school. So that's what I'm basically doing right now, volunteering. I'm in Brooklyn, but I volunteer in the Bronx at the moment, and I do intend to get some clinical experiences, and
So what you're telling me is this path you're taking right now to go to med school, you want to become a doctor. Any particular area or field you want to be a doctor in?
So the goal is to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. Yeah, that'll be a lot of years, but it's doable.
More school. But this is something you enjoy.
Yes.
Definitely, of course. Definitely. Yeah. Why else would you be spending all this next few years, right?
I know, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's take this back. I've known you, man. Has it been over 3.5 years, maybe 4 years now?
Right. Yeah. Over 4 years now. 2016.
Yeah, man. I hosted a freshman send-off for the class of 2020. You were a transfer student. Tell us, what school did you come from, and why did you choose Syracuse University?
So I actually graduated. I actually just graduated from a school in Manhattan. It's an allied health school, so I have my allied health associate's degree in medical assistant, and basically that's what I'm using to volunteer now. And I just recently got my certification as a medical assistant, phlebotomist, and EKG technician. So I'm just trying to get as many, things or belts on my shoulder, before I get into the medical school. So I lost the question.
No. I just wanted to, how did you get to Syracuse? So you got.
Oh, awesome! Yeah. So I got my associates, and the goal has always been to be a doctor. So after the associates, I was like, okay, I was actually a 4.0 student, and I was like, okay, I can still do this because I was a little older. After I was probably like 27 or so, 26, 27-ish. And I was like, okay, I can still do this. Let me go back, and then I applied to schools mostly in New York, transferred my credits. But Syracuse was the only school that replied back with, good stuff. I was literally at Hoyt subway station when I opened the email, and I just started dancing.
Yeah, you were at subway.
Yeah.
Wow, that is excellent. So it's funny, at this send-off, you have, what I call, the authentic freshmen, because you already went through the college experience. These were youngsters who were first time getting away from, from home.
Yeah.
And I offered to everyone, and I think about 7 people applied, say, hey, the Friends of SU would like to track you through your college years to see, let's watch and see how much you've grown, what happens at the end, because we know, and going through college, not everybody makes it.
Right, true.
So you go, send off, and then boom, tell me. Now, I know that during your years at Syracuse, you can tell as you went along, probably think it was your senior year when they had coming back together.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me, give me your first impressions of your first like year at the Q's.
The first year I think it was a good experience. First, I'm going to say that, when, we're given the chance to like select our residence halls and stuff, and yeah, and then I saw Sky Hall. I was like, oh wow, the sky, Sky Hall and stuff like that. And I chose Sky Hall 3, but when I got there, yeah, it was
no sky.
It wasn't what I thought. Yeah, no sky,
Lots of land.
Yeah. So it was a lot of students didn't like it, but I didn't care, because having a place, to lay one's head and go for classes, that's all that matters and stuff. So, yeah, but it was, good experience, met friends and stuff, which, I still keep in touch with, and yeah.
Cool. I know a lot of students experience culture shock. Did you?
Right. Culture shock, I wouldn't say I had one, because being in the city, I was already exposed to, different cultures, and stuff like that. So it was just, this time we're more concentrated, like in a small space. So yeah.
Well, how did you accept when winter fully kicked in for months?
Oh no. So so personally, when I tell people that I prefer winter to the summer, they're like, no way, you get out of here and stuff like that. So, but I really liked it. Good. But it was just different, it was a different kind of winter, where when I show my friends, pictures of what winter really looked like, cloudy, and we still had exams, and stuff. So they're like, no way, I couldn't live there. So it was, I grew up, to really like it, yeah. Cool. And through my, years there, I think we actually had to like close, the school the first, I think the third time or the fourth time in like the whole 150 years. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You were like, what? They're closing? That's when we knew.
Yeah.
Now, if Syracuse is closed during a snowstorm, it's bad.
True. Yeah.
Because, 6 feet is nothing, right?
True. It's nothing. Yeah. And with the snow experiences and stuff, when we have snowstorm in Syracuse, it's a snowstorm. And when I come back to the city, and then people are like, oh, there's a snowstorm coming, and you see people running up and down, trying to get water, to stock up and stuff on their groceries. And when the snow comes, it's like 2, 3, I'm like, really? Is it snow, Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of us who attended Syracuse University, or any student who attends school in the Northeast, when you see places below, like, DC, and they go, oh, inches of snow, and the town closes down like Atlanta, we sit back, we go, what?
Yeah.
Definitely.
True.
So, let's go into your sophomore year. Okay. And I know you, and the game plan, medical school.
Yeah.
What extracurricular activities did you participate in, or did you, student clubs, anything?
So, being an independent student and someone also up in age, I really didn't involve a lot, but I did, thankfully I met Marissa, during the
Willingham, yes.
Marissa Willingham, so I met her, and then I got into there's this mentoring program.
Right.
I got into the full circle.
Sure.
So I got into that, And and so then so when I got into SU, I had over like, let's say 90% scholarship. And so I had to like pay the remainder out of pocket. And so over the summer, I'd come back to the city, work my,
Oh yeah. I
to
know
get that paid off. Yeah. So, Marissa helped me out a lot, referring me to places where I can go to. I've gotten funds from Hendrick. And
cool.
Yeah, so I've had to most of the organizations that I ended up joining were to kind of help out with funds and stuff, or with aid. Yeah.
Strategically, yes, I understand.
Right.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh. What? Let's see. From your freshman and sophomore years, does anything about SU or your experience stand out that you like? Oh man, this happened, either good, bad, or indifferent. But either you enjoyed it and you thought, wow, I never saw anything like that. Anything stick out?
Right.
Because you've been to, I've seen pictures of you. Have you been to any of the football games, any of the basketball games?
Oh yeah, I've been to the football game. I've been to the football game and the basketball game, and it was, those experiences were really fun. Going out there with my friends and stuff. And I would say, that I wasn't really like involved in a lot of social stuff because, like I mentioned, my age and stuff, and also I didn't want to get involved in anything that would, make me lose my scholarship, and stuff. And also being as a person of color, the lens, like the microscope is really focused, I didn't want to like do anything to, lose those opportunities that I had. So I had to like kind of focus and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, you do the game plan. Like it's like
right.
And your focus was, you do like, okay, this is what I got to do. What is this? Oh no, that's okay. Yeah. I can look at that, but I'm not gonna tumble. And then
right.
Half the semester I haven't completed this task.
Yeah.
Good. Let's roll into your last 2 years are usually your pivotal years.
Right.
Pivotal years. Junior year. Tell me about that.
Junior year, so I had started getting into research. Yeah, I did research, and I won a couple of like grants and stuff for my research.
Wait a minute, you won some award for your research? What did you do research in?
So my research was the topic was the effect of polyphloidy on plants.
I know. What? No, play it. Yeah. I got a little part of that. Go ahead.
Okay. The effect of polyphloidy on plant pathogen interaction. So basically, my research, it wasn't a lot known about the research or that research. So basically what I was looking for was to see if, plants that had multiple extra chromosomes could, defend themselves more against pathogens. So in plants, having extra chromosomes isn't that like detrimental, but for like other animals or humans, if one has extra chromosomes, sometimes it can be detrimental. For instance, like Down syndrome, it could lead to different diseases, genetic diseases and stuff. But for plant, having extra chromosomes could mean they become bigger, and stuff like that. And so you see like watermelons or strawberries that are ginormous and stuff. So, so my goal was to see if these plants, if they have extra chromosomes, would they be able to build more defense against, it's just like having extra, money. You can, like
sure
decide to buy more defense.
It's a good thing you mentioned that because my wife, she's a gardener. And she's
awesome.
more about plants because, you got some plants, that one's dying, it's at these spots. They get thickness, So when you mentioned the chromosomes, there are certain plants that can eat some of that stuff or defend itself, like you said. They defend itself and they grow, so they're not as bothered by certain things. And yes, we grew some cucumbers in the background, in the backyard, and you start out little, all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
And when we shop, I've seen like extra large grapes. I'm like, what? How,
aren't
that long. So I get what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
So we have a grapevine, and we realized we thought they were ripening, but they got black, and we realized that was like a disease or something it gets, and you could spray it, but you got to catch it at that early ripening season.
Right.
But like you said, if you had that extra chromosome, those grapes probably would have grown the blossom, been very, savory, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. So congratulations with that.
Thank you.
Something that not much or anything that many people have written about, and it's effective.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I talking about going back to like the groups or the clubs that I joined. I ended up getting into the Renee Crown honors program and CSTEP, LSAM, and those clubs and stuff.
Wow. So, okay. So, how many scholarships were you getting? I know you earned some because I know you're a bright young man. You're no fool here. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
You sat down and figured out some stuff. So tell me, because I know you are actually earning your degree, but you realize, okay, this is going to cost, that's going to cost. I need some money. How can I get it? And you research. So what did you do? What kind of scholarships did you get? How did you get them? Tell me more.
So, it also goes back to Marissa. So Marissa would, when I would go to her, I think, the first semester.
Right.
My first semester, and I would pour out my heart, just, I need money. Yeah. So, so my first semester, I still had over like $7,000 to pay, but thankfully a friend loaned me that, and I had to pay that off.
Right.
So after that, I started, applying to different scholarships and stuff, and our time has come.
Yes.
Yeah, you know about it. Yeah.
Of course I know about it.
I got into that. So I got into that through Marissa as well. And, I got scholarship from, one scholarship I got was towards the end as a senior, because I forgot the name, the title, but
it's okay.
I was given. So towards the end of my academic, career at SU, I had almost 100% scholarship, and I was able to get, some refund back. So
cool. Props to the Our Time Has Come scholarship fund. Coming out of a CBT that began in 1983. The alumni of color wanted a way that we wanted to give back money, but before we were like, no, we paid all this money, but we don't see anyone like that. But we realized creating this fund, students like you and others coming after you, we need to get them. That helped you, like your senior year. That helped you get through, because I've had many alums who come first year, second year, sophomore year. They're like, oh, my mom can't afford, and there's no funding. Yeah. They're gone.
Yeah.
See, I went.
So
go ahead.
Yeah, and so so when I got into SU, due to I think I had like some merit scholarship, because my previous GPA from my previous school was a 4.0, and so I was able to get. They gave me the Syracuse University scholarship and the Dean scholarship as well.
Good, 4.0, yes.
So it was all of that, and also like the chapter, I was able to get some money from there. So it was all like from different, sources and all combined.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I remember, and this is the relationship that we built. I got to know him. I was coming up in 2017 for
Right.
CBT, and CBT, is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's a great opportunity for students to meet alumni, right?
Right.
So instead of for me paying for a hotel, because usually I would pay for a hotel when I get there Thursday, but I would get there like late Thursday evening. And making why pay all this money when I'm only going to spend less than 8 hours in the hotel? So I tell you, and you go, hey, I got a play friend who can put you up. Guess what? I felt good because I was like, wow, this guy trusts me enough to be at a friend's house. He didn't have space at his place, but he made an effort. I stayed. I met some underclassmen. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And you gave me a tour on campus. Remember that?
Yeah.
What's the name of that dorm? Is that the
Ernie?
Oh,
Ernie Davis.
Ernie Davis. Yes. You gave me the tour. I'm looking at this. Not a cafeteria. It's a food thing spot, and I'm like, yo, look at all this food. And then you showed me the gym stuff that I'm like, that was never there when not like that.
Right.
So that tells me, okay, the money that we donate is going for your scholarship and helping out the school.
Right.
And you had a real place to come to, and learn. And we played a game of a table tennis, ping pong. Yeah, he beat me badly, but he was being nice. And I got video. I'm gonna insert the video of you and I playing table tennis. I'm like, he's trying to make me look good. Definitely. So that's one of the great experience. And like I said, the reason why I really want to interview you as a part of this podcast is that we call it FSU, the Friends of SU. Our history is here. You are making history. If you look back at what you've done and thought about the scholarships that you earned, the ones you wrote up and you got an award, you are making history. And I need students who are going to go to Syracuse, who are currently attending Syracuse, to look back and go, wait a minute, if he can do that, I can do it. Yes. Absolutely. Because you had the blinders on. You were focused. You knew what you had to do. Right. Yeah. And I definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
This is the part your senior year. What was that like?
So senior year, like I think from sophomore, junior year, I've always heard of senioritis, but I thought it was just a term kids like my friends made up and stuff. Right. But it's actually real. Yeah. So it was a lot. I had to do a lot and stuff. So my senior year, I ended up. So I did the early graduation. So I actually finished in December of 2019. So I could have still graduated. Yeah. So I could have still joined the 2020 graduation. Yeah, but I just decided not to. I already walked 2019.
Oh, so you didn't go to the ceremony in 2020?
No, because Corona just messed up everything.
Oh, that's right. So you jumped the ship right in time.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So it was senior year was fun. My junior year was a little stressful because of my research and my grades kind of fell a little because not having enough time. It was just one class, and so my last year or my last semester, which was the fall of 2019, I had stopped research and I was like, okay, let me bring up my grade. And so it was yeah, I had to finish, like cap it off.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I hear you, and I'm glad you were able to see that because, like I said,
yeah,
you can crumble and fall, and you had some good support systems there between
right,
probably
right.
some of your friends. So, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
And yeah, so I mean, SU's experience was fun, and I've developed a lot of um, characters in a way, and I became a poet. I write poems.
Yeah.
You probably read some of my poems on Facebook.
Yes,
so.
I did. I was like, oh, look at you.
Yeah, yeah. So, and my mentor from because our time has come scholarship, they kind of pair you with a mentor. So one of my mentor is also a poet. So no, I'm looking up his name now.
Oh, right. I remember as a part of this series, I interviewed our founder of the Friends of SU, and he's in Brown class of '69. And I think I got you guys to network or something like this somewhere along the line, and he was making reference how wow, he's class of '69 and you're 2019. The fact that you can be connected,
Right. True.
Which is awesome. Definitely. But yeah, man, it's good to hear and know of your experience and the fact that you are continuing in your mission, because I just can't wait for that day when I'm probably watching TV going, hey, there's Dr. Udeme. Look at oh, I remember him. He gave him a ping pong. But yeah, any
name is Cedric Bolton.
Say it again.
Cedric
Oh,
Bolton.
yes.
You know him? Yeah.
Yeah, I met him through university. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's he is. Yes. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, what is some knowledge you want to send out to future students who want to come to Syracuse, and or the current students who are there? What are some knowledge you can send out to them?
Knowledge.
Things you've done to help them.
Right. I would say, to just try to be focused, because we just became like the top party school, so just try to be focused and not be distracted, and you can always achieve whatever you want to, so, and there are actually support systems, if you look for them, ask questions,
sure,
you can always you always find the support that you need. And sometimes like showing up, sometimes they say email me. Sometimes I just show up, and then I can get answers there.
That's the truth.
So yeah, so just being like stubborn to achieving your plans and your goals, and and never giving up.
Okay, never give up. I love that, because you've shown that, and it does work. Hard work pays off.
Absolutely.
Even like, and you recognize that period, like I said, during your junior year, it got a little stressful. Grades started to settle, and you realize, okay, what do I have to stop doing?
Right.
To make this work.
Right.
And you regrouped, recouped, and you're back on track.
Right.
Wow. Love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he is proof. History in the making, and you're still making history, man.
Thank you.
I'm watching you, enjoying it, and I pray that many other students and alums see this and realize that they can pass it down to their kids or other students, as we're beginning to start a mentorship program through FSU. So we'll be introducing you to SU alums who are doctors in the medical field that can help you, with your career.
Right. Absolutely. That'll be appreciated.
Oh man, please! Yeah. I'm glad. Things you guys probably be talking about way above my level.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time, and
thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, and stay safe.
We will, definitely, especially during this COVID time. It's not easy.
True. All right.
Today's episode featured the following music. Too Shy from Groovin' with C-Jack, now available on C-Jack Run Records worldwide, on music platforms via hyperfollow.com/C-Jack Run Presents. Sense of Purpose by Holisna. FSU-Our History is Here podcast is now available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, and is a presentation of Another Benji Production 2022. Log on to www.officialanotherbenjipodcast.com for this and other featured podcasts.